I need you to do a mic test. I want you to say this, repeat after me, okay?
Okay.
I, Charmaine Kui,
I, Charmaine Kui,
would like to wholeheartedly give Julian Koh
would like to wholeheartedly give Julian Koh
a BMW 5 Series.
a BMW 5 Series with consideration.
Hey everyone, Desmond here. Welcome back to SG Carmart. So today we are here in the BMW X7. However, I am not reviewing this car. I'm actually just a chauffeur today, and that's because we are speaking to Charmaine Kui, Executive Director of the Eurocars Group, which is one of the BMW distributors here in Singapore. So now, let's get to Julian.
So Charmaine, thank you very much for agreeing to do this interview with us.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much for considering to give me the 5 Series.
It was my pleasure.
I wonder when we can collect the car. Desmond, do you think we can collect the car soon?
Right away, actually, you guys put a good price for it.
Okay. So anyway, first things first, right? I reckon a lot of people want to know, including myself,
Yeah.
obviously. You did law before
Yes.
Eurocars. So law versus Eurocars. What have you learned from the two? And which one do you actually prefer?
I guess because I was legally trained, right? So I guess I'm actually more inclined to more law-based stuff. I like
Okay.
reading more things. I like reading juicy facts and everything, right? But
Okay.
in terms of skill set and what I've learned, I feel like both are actually quite transferable. So basically, I started out my law career in like a medium-sized firm and then downsized to a smaller firm.
Okay.
Because I knew there was a time limit.
Okay.
Past that, also I knew that I wanted to be more hands-on. I wanted to be able to handle more cases
Okay.
on my own line in that sense. So
Yes.
I'm very thankful that my previous boss allowed me that freedom, and she afforded me that freedom to be able to talk to clients myself,
Right.
take minutes, go to court myself, and all that kind of stuff. So
I see.
it was expressed like I was like crash course learning everything.
Okay.
A little bit daunting. It was a very steep learning curve, but I got through it. So I think that taught me how to be more tenacious for sure. And I guess the nature of the work that I did previously was a lot of matrimonial cases, and I did pro bono crim cases. So I guess community law, generally, it's a lot more emotionally heavy as compared to other types of law.
Okay.
So I guess in that sense, it has taught me to become a stronger person and help people manage their emotions better,
Yeah.
and manage people a bit better. So I guess in that sense, that skill set is transferable to business.
Well, fair enough. Now that you own a dealership, has
Yeah.
your attitude towards cars changed?
I think if anything, it gave me more opportunity to try different cars. So last time, of course, you're working, I was in CBD, right?
Yes.
So you don't really drive in, you just train in and stuff like that. So because of that, you don't really get to experience the drive of different cars. I think right now, where I'm at, I can drive to work.
Okay.
So I do that and I have a whole different range of BMs to go and try as well. So that means I have the opportunity to try in every single drive, and like, I think it's a very good eye-opener and something that I've always wanted to do since young.
What is the one thing you can identify with being a driver in Singapore?
Everyone is rushing. That's definitely one thing. Roads somehow are really still very jammed.
Yeah.
Everyone is rushing, and I don't think at normal working hours or normal day hours you can ever get a smooth drive straight up per se.
So curious question,
Yeah.
like if say you ever attend events or go to all these clubs and you make friends or your own friends that you have now, do they come to you and say, hey Charmaine, can you give me a discount off a 5 Series for instance?
All the time. Ever since young, I'm getting the same questions for every single car brand that we ever like retail. Yeah, so you're gonna ask me my response,
what's
right?
what's your response to that?
Well, it's simple. If you're a good friend and you think that I'm a good friend, that's why I should be giving you a good price, right? Then you should be a good friend, you should be supporting me instead, right?
I guess. Do you get a discount off it?
You get a good price. I won't say a discount.
Even for yourself?
For myself, no, I pay standard price, man. There's no perks in that aspect.
Model answer. That's a model answer. So would you rather be the driver, or would you rather just call a Grab, or would you rather be chauffeured?
Really depends on what time of the day it is, man. If I'm rushing for stuff, rushing for meetings, honestly, I would prefer being in a Grab because that
Okay.
means the Grab driver drives and I just do my work in the back, you know.
Okay.
But on a normal day when I have more time for myself and I just want to enjoy the drive, I would want to be my own driver because I think it's therapeutic to a certain extent. So if you're stressed out and stuff at night, you can just go for a drive on the highway and stuff with lesser cars.
Yeah.
So you don't want to get people cutting your lanes and stuff. You
Yeah.
know, you don't like that, right? Yeah. So I think if I had time, I would rather be the driver.
Favorite car?
My favorite car right now. Currently, right now I'm driving the M4. So I think that's my favorite car right now.
Really?
Yeah. surprisingly.
Yeah, okay.
I know the whole
okay.
trend is about EVs, and I should be talking more about EVs because
Yeah.
that's the uptrend now, right?
Yeah,
And
but still, I
everyone's-
mean, it's all personal preference. What do you actually say to people who tell you that you should never work with your family?
I'd say I can understand why they see that.
Okay.
And of course, if I were to say that, no, working with family is a breeze, it's amazing. Honestly, to say this, it's a lie. Of course, there are going to be challenges, and I think the biggest challenge is separating yourself from the fact that you are also your father's daughter. And I think on his end also, he may have a bit of that difficulty.
I'm sure.
Yeah, but
I'm sure.
thankfully, I actually do not report to my dad. Yeah, so my dad's actually not my boss.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah, it's actually our group managing director.
I see.
Yeah, and then I think that's good also because it gives me a chance to learn on the job and be able to learn things without really having the, I guess, privilege of, oh, my dad is this, my dad is that.
Yeah.
So I don't have that fallback, which is good because I don't want that as well.
Yes.
And also, naturally, if you go into a family business, everybody's going to be telling you like, hey, wow, you golden spoon now, you just go back to your dad's business,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. But
Yep.
actually, okay, if I'm being honest, that was something I was trying to avoid from the very start.
Of
Which
course.
was why I paved my career in something that's completely different and not car industry itself.
Yeah.
So that's why I went to law. And also because I like law, so it
Yeah.
fitted for me. But after a while, I realized, I think it also hurt.
Yeah.
Family is one of the things that are most important to me.
Of course.
So ultimately, when it comes to helping my dad out and seeing him less stressed, that
Yeah.
is what kind of brought me joy versus working for someone else in that sense. So for the longest part of my life growing up, right, I didn't want to tell people, anybody that I worked for, interned for, who my dad was. So I tried my best to keep it under wraps.
Yeah.
So every time my mom picks me up, everything, they'll, okay, pick me up from the other block. So I'll run and go and hide. So I think I was feeling that whole dissonance within myself as well.
Yes.
I was like, do my friends like me for me? Do like my bosses at that point in time like me for me? Do you
Yeah.
think my work is good, or is it just because of my background?
Yes.
Yeah, and eventually, also my first ever boss. I don't think I've told him this, but something that really made me realize that actually, he's still willing to mentor me, still willing
Yeah.
to teach me, without judging me based on my background. Is when one of the cases came up where we're not a party to it but basically the company had a bit of relations to it, but it's nothing bad.
Yep.
So then I told my boss at the point in time that I knew better. I was like, I think there's a bit of a conflict there. I'm not sure whether there's a conflict, but
Yep.
just to put it out there that I'm a bit related to this company. Then he turned around and he was like, oh, it's true? Then I was like, oh yeah, as in, you didn't know? So I was a bit shocked because everyone else knew. Then that's when I realized, actually, hey, you gave me a chance. You
Yeah.
chose me to work for you,
Yep.
and you picked me and you commended and trained me in everything.
Yep.
But without even considering my family background. And that was what made me realize, actually, hey, I don't have to always be scared of that,
Yeah. There are good bosses around.
Yeah, definitely. And he was an amazing one, yeah.
I really want to know, I mean, in your situation, what is the most shocking or maybe the most difficult thing about taking over the business?
I think it's the heat from the public. So generally people are, okay, what I've learned so far is not everyone's going to congratulate you and be happy for you and your successes.
Yep.
Everyone will always have something to say.
Of course.
Yep. So naturally, I think the post went up once, like Julian's article or something. Yeah, that one went up. Then I did see a lot of comments saying that, she's golden spoon, all that kind of stuff, which is expected.
Yep.
Not say that, I knew once there was publicity about it, people
Yep.
are going to have a reaction towards it.
Of course.
But then I also realized a lot of people privately texting me, oh, congratulations, like good job and everything. And even my previous bosses were all congratulating me on it as well. So
Yeah.
I realized it was tough at first because I'm like, wow, this is exactly what I didn't want. I didn't want to
Yes.
be put back under my dad's shadow.
Yeah.
But then I realized having that 2 years out and being in law, it gave me that confidence to realize that actually, hey, I can stand on my own 2 feet.
Yeah.
It's my own conscious decision that I've made to step back into the family business
Yep.
because my goals then were I want to help my dad out. I want to make sure he lives a nice, happy life
Yep.
and not as stressful and to help out where I can. So it was hard to deal with at first, but after that I realized that people can say what they want to say.
Of course.
If I myself am happy with my decision and I know of my own worth, then
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
I want to ask some personal questions.
Oh yeah, sure.
Do you feel like at any point in time, perhaps
Lonely,
you, you feel like you're alone, like, from work and I go back home, I want to talk to someone, but I can't.
That's why I'm thankful for my friends actually. So growing up, yes, being an only child, you don't really have many people to play with.
Yeah.
School became my happy place in a sense where I go there, I find my friends and I play with them.
Yeah.
And these friends from secondary school, they still follow me till today. So they're still quite my solid core support
Yeah.
group of friends.
Yeah.
So even now, like when I'm having a tough day at work or anything, I'll just talk to them. I'll just hang out with them and just to get my mind off things.
Yeah.
And that aside, the next person will have to be my mom. So
Oh,
my
that's
mom is
nice.
actually like my truest best friend out of
That's
everything
really nice.
because certain things your friends can't really understand you completely.
course.
Your mom sees you through everything. So I think in terms of work and dealing with this transition from something that I thought I was going to be doing for the rest of my life, which is law, to come to that consensus that, okay, fine, I'm going to do family business. So of course there's a lot of thought put into it. It's like, do I really want to leave what I want to do
Yeah.
versus helping my family business? A lot of moral issues there,
Yeah.
right? So I think my mom was the one who helped me through a lot of it. And of course, starting off, it's a bit hard because in law you used to know everything. Like
Yes.
you know exactly the processes, you know how things work, and coming into business is a totally different ballgame.
Yep.
So you're always kind of doubting yourself, doubting your decisions, which is, I think, natural, and that's part of growth and learning. But the person who really provided me that pillar of support would have to be my mom. Because, like I said, I wanted the separation between my father and I because I don't want to be too easily accessible to him and
Yeah.
vice versa, right?
Yep.
So the only person who can really understand where I'm coming from, understand the difficulties, because she's seen it through my dad as well.
Yes.
So I think she's been, it's not much spoken about, but
Yep.
she's been a very strong pillar for both my dad and I. And I do see that at home growing up as well. Yeah, and she continues to be a strong pillar of support for me as well. So I think, yes, only child in a way, lonely because going out, partying, all this kind of stuff.
Yep.
You're yourself with your friends.
Yeah,
That's why I
yeah.
have my friends.
Yeah.
But for the more real personal issues that I want to talk about, I've always my mom. So I'm always appreciative and thankful for her presence.
Oh, that's really nice.
And of course, she's like always a call away.
Yeah.
Even if I think I was in Malaysia, then I wasn't feeling too well.
Yeah.
I think because probably COVID or something.
Yeah.
I remember then I called her up it's
Yeah.
like 2 something a.m. in the morning, and she was still I'm up. Then she just talked to me for the entire few hours.
Oh.
Or when she was in Australia at that point in time, then I was in Singapore. Then I couldn't sleep at 2 because I was doing something and I was just stressed out about something.
Yeah.
She accompanied me all the way until 7 on the phone. So I was like, wow, like this kind of thing, I wouldn't expect my friend to do that.
Yeah.
And neither would I expect that of my mom, but she did it voluntarily. And I know that she would, I don't know, I feel like mothers have this kind of intuition, right? So-
Instincts, right?
Yeah, so she doesn't really, I don't tell her that anything's wrong. I
Yep.
just, today's fine, all good.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. She's like, are you sure? I don't think so. Then she'll call me up. And then she'll start asking. Then, of course,
Yeah.
naturally, when she asks, she probes, then you talk,
Yeah.
right? So, like I said, I think I never really felt alone as a child.
If you could ever change the one thing in your life, anything at all, one thing, personal, work, nationality,
No.
what would it be?
In terms of change, I think I would like more time. That's about it. But otherwise, nothing else. Because more time because I want to spend more quality time with my family, with my dog, and somehow balance that out with work. So I think balancing my time in terms of work-life balance, all that kind of stuff, is still a struggle for me. Because naturally, I'm more inclined to just work.
Yes.
I'd rather just go back to work and then I forget about my friends,
Yes.
and forget about my family at home.
Yes.
So, okay, part of the reason why I joined the family business is also an excuse. If I'm going to drown myself in work, I might as well
Do
on
it for the
premise of-
family.
for the family, right?
Yeah.
So I'm still seeing my family at work, even though
Yeah.
I don't actually see my dad. yeah, but as in, so I don't think, apart from that, I don't think there's anything that I'd like to change. I'm very happy with where I am today, and I'm glad for all the things that have been given to me in this life.
So we are back in our in-house studio. So we've already finished our in-car interview, and we are going to continue the session in here with a RC race. We sort of want to end it in a very light-hearted fashion, obviously, with Charmaine again. We will let her do her practice rounds first.
Yeah.
While she's doing that, I'll ask a couple of questions. I'll continue the questions. So please, yours will be blue, mine will be green.
Okay.
To move forward, you
Yeah.
just have to throttle it this way.
Oh, okay.
And then this is right turn, left turn.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, how do I reverse?
Okay, your reverse is just moving it forward.
Oh, that's
Yep.
cool. Okay.
Yep. So there are some rules to this, obviously. When you go around the track this way,
Yeah.
at any point in time, if it's stuck, you
Reverse.
can't use your hand to pick it up. You got to use the reverse function and then
Okay.
navigate through. But if you are off the table limits, well, it's good luck to you. So
okay,
yes,
cool.
please do the warm-up session while I ask a couple of questions. I'll
That's gonna
continue
be
asking a couple of
focused,
yes,
but
yes,
okay,
it is.
I will try
Yes,
my
that
best.
is the whole idea.
Oh, you press and hold, is it?
Yes, you can press and hold. Then you can start going.
Whoa.
Yes. So,
Oh, I get it.
yeah. So it's not so hard, right?
Uh,
See, it's not so
Sure,
difficult, right?
sure.
Yeah, see?
how do I-
Reverse. Yep.
okay.
So you're getting the hang of it, you're getting the hang of it.
Okay.
Reverse. Yep. Right, left, right, yep. Okay, so the trick is if you throttle harder, slightly harder, it's actually easier to make sharp hairpin turns. But if you try and do very slowly, you'll start banging against the barrier, which is fine. We have no penalty for that, but
Okay. It'll slow me down.
Yeah, it'll slow you down.
Okay,
but
okay.
nevertheless,
Ah.
the barriers will sort of help guide you through the whole thing. But anyway, while you're still doing this,
This is fine.
yes, it is fine, perfectly fine.
Cool.
While you're still practicing, I'm supposed to ask you a couple of questions
Yes, okay.
to further distract you from this.
Yes.
This is already distracting me. I haven't even asked that single thing. This is already distracting me. But I'm very tempted to use my hand to help you, but yes. But anyway, now that it's already the start, thank you for knocking the car. now that it's already a start,
Uh-huh.
what cars are you looking forward to this year?
The M2 and the XM.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to like answer you while focusing.
Yes,
but,
yes,
ugh.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, but the M2 is going to be, I think, the last car with manual transmission, so I think it's going to be a very special car.
Okay.
Then there's the new blue that the M2 comes with. So actually,
Okay.
that's my favorite shade of blue, it's like the baby blue color.
Oh, is it the same color as the M3? The one from before? The M3 sedan? No?
It's a lighter baby blue.
Oh, okay, okay.
Zenbot blue. I can't remember the exact name.
Oh.
Zenbot blue or something. How do I?
Yes, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. Yes. But yes, okay.
Okay.
Okay, so, well,
Just
I
reverse
actually thought you'd be looking forward to the M3 Touring. Because I'm genuinely looking forward to the M3 Touring. I thought that was a really, really cool car.
I think the popularity for that is really actually quite good. But the problem with M3 Touring is that I don't really like is I don't like big butts on cars.
Oh,
So
right,
that's a
right,
personal
right.
preference.
Yeah, of course, of course.
So I like the M2 because it's cute and compact, and it fits my lifestyle in a sense where I go to small. Wow, wait, sorry, yeah. Let me just try to focus first. Wait. Like when you go to smaller car parks, like in the CBD.
Yeah,
actually,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
When you're faster, it goes easier.
Yeah, exactly. So
okay,
that's
okay.
that's sort of like the trick. That's sort of like the trick. Just if you can just yes.
Not
Yep.
hit your car. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So you did mention before that the
Yes.
M4 was is actually your favorite car.
M4 right now, yes, it is
Yes.
my favorite car.
What about the least favorite car? Do you actually have a least favorite car at this point in time?
Well, actually, I don't.
Really?
I've never really had a bad experience with a car before. I think all cars actually have their own, like, depends on what kind of experience you want. You want the comfort kind, you want the kind where. Wait, sorry, it's really distracting, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can understand. Yes. Yes. Reverse. Yes. And then this is a lot
Okay,
this is a
this
lot
is a
more
lot harder
distracting.
than-
This is a lot more distracting than I expected it to be. We actually envisioned this to be a lot more fun than
Easier,
it
right?
should be.
Yeah.
But apparently not.
Okay. I'm
But
trying
Nama,
to
you'll
focus.
get the hang of it. You'll get the hang of it. You'll get the hang of it. You can go
Okay.
for a couple more practice laps before going straight because
Okay.
this happened to me when I first started this as well. It was actually
Also,
very
you've
painful.
had actually much practice on this.
Yeah, no, well,
I'm
not,
sorry.
I won't really say it's a lot of practice, but yeah, I had more opportunities. And obviously, no short fart was asking me a ton of questions, so so that's one thing.
Thank you.
Yes.
But yes, I
okay,
haven't
so-
actually had a bad
okay.
experience in a car, so I can't really choose what is a bad car. I
Yeah.
just more of a like I wouldn't be looking at an X5 to go into like super tiny car park lots like let's
Yeah.
say Far East Plaza. I would definitely
yeah.
prefer something smaller,
Yeah.
like a M2, M3 size.
Okay, so can we safely assume that the next car that you have, because now you're driving an M4,
Yeah.
can we safely assume that the next car could quite possibly be an... stop knocking my car.
I'm sorry, I didn't notice that.
would actually be an M2?
Oh yeah, when it comes lah. when it
Oh
comes.
really? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so
was looking at it, actually.
also on that note, if let's say, okay, let's just say, I mean, EK obviously houses a ton of brands, right?
Yes.
We have from Mini and Rolls Royce to BMW now, and a whole lot more, right? Mazda, so and so forth. If you decide, so you're getting the hang of it.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
if
but
you
yeah.
happen to want to buy a car
Yes.
that's not under the EK umbrella, like say a Ferrari for instance, or Lambo or Bentley for some reason, are you allowed to do that? Will
Yeah, of
you?
course.
Yeah, but will it be? Is it frowned upon?
No, actually it isn't.
Oh,
my dad
oh,
actually
okay.
does the same. He doesn't because
Okay.
I think he just likes cars in general, right?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
It's good to. And how do I reverse this car? Wait.
Moving it forward, yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Yes.
It's okay.
Oh, she almost crashed into my car one more time. I saw that, but I saw that it was. I think during her hot lap, I don't even have to distract her. I think
I'm
it's-
quite
it's
distracted
already-
myself,
Yeah, it's
actually.
already like this.
Yeah.
No pressure, no pressure. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
okay.
7 people looking at you do this, but no pressure at all.
I like the caveat more than better in real cars in this. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, I guess that works. Okay.
Practice lap one more?
Okay, never mind. It's okay. Let's
Okay.
just try it. Let's just try
Okay.
it.
To be fair, I will also need to practice lah. To be fair,
Okay.
I will also need to practice lah.
Oh, you're actually a lot better at this than me.
Yeah, but I had time to, you know.
So how was your lunch?
Lunch was great.
How's everything?
Lunch. Oh,
I'm
it
trying to
was
distract
great.
you.
Oh no,
I
it's
didn't realize.
fine.
Oh, actually, I quite good. Never mind. It's okay.
Okay, I think I'm ready.
Round one.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. How are you so smooth at this?
practice?
How many times have we spent in this room
Oh, man.
practicing this?
Long time. Oh my goodness. It's getting
Get more distracted, get more distracted.
Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh, am I supposed to cross the line?
Round 2.
Wow. Oh, look at you, what a speed demon.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, oh. Oh. Oh, okay,
Wow, she's
12.5.
really fast.
Oh, okay.
Wow, okay. That's gonna be quite hard to beat.
No problem, no problem.
I
Hey,
try.
He got 10 point something. It's ridiculous, like 2 seconds faster, so yes.
So what's the heck?
Just go as fast as you can.
Okay, I try.
Okay.
Round 1.
Yes. That'll work lah.
You got this, you got this. Oh, yep, and down the bend. Push it. Oh!
Ah.
Yes, you can do it, So what do you have for lunch?
I had grilled cheese sandwich.
Oh, that
from
sounds
Mad
healthy.
Roasters.
That sounds healthy.
Not a plug, but honestly, the place is really, really good.
Oh, I had curry rice for lunch. It is nothing, I mean, I wouldn't say it's the healthiest, but
Haha.
yes.
Okay, cool. That's an even number.
I know, it's a nice number. I think it's a very fair number. 30.75 is going up on the scoreboard. Admittedly, it's not easy to go around this track. I've tried it for many, many times as well. The only difference is I had a couple of hours and you had a couple of minutes, so that's the only difference. We'll have a scoreboard prepared for everybody who comes and visit us, in case you're wondering.
Yes, well, definitely EK will always be looking to expand, but as of now, definitely we're looking into the new properties, the new buildings that are all coming up. So I'm really excited for that to finally see, because currently we're planning an integrated showroom for Mini and BMW, as well as our Khun Jong building, the new headquarters coming up. So when that comes up, the first level is going to be Rolls-Royce, second level is going to be BMW, the normal fleet and the BEV cars. Upstairs is all going to be workshops, and the top few levels are going to be corporate offices. It's going to have 3 basements. So I think that project coming together will be quite exciting. And after the 29 Linky, just opposite 11 Khun Jong, that's going to be M/GKL Center for BMW cars. So downstairs is going to be all the M cars, upstairs is focused on GKL as well. And right next to it, 27, is going to be Mini. So actually, it's going to be integrated, and that means there's a little BMW world within Singapore itself. So I think this is an experience that a lot of customers can potentially enjoy and
Cool.
come in and look at all the cars. Yeah, so that's something to look forward
And
to.
when will that be ready?
Hopefully by end of this year, it'll be all fully up and ready. Yeah, hopefully, of course.
If you have nothing to do and you just want to go car shopping around the Linky Belt, you know where to go.
Yeah. And you have to go to Munich for BMW World. You've won in Singapore right here.
So there you have it, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video. That's the end of the interview with Charmaine Kui, Executive Director of Europcar Singapore.
Thank you for having me, and if you like this video, please remember to like it and also to subscribe to this channel.
You can also follow us on TikTok. Our handle is @SGCarMart. Again, thank you very much for watching. Stay safe and be well. Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Thanks for the jive. It was very smooth.
Come on, I wasn't even asking you questions, and I haven't even started asking you questions. This actually matters, by the way. She dropped the car, the wing came out.
Yeah.